And there we are, Clark, once again, live in the tasting bottle.
Oh, that's brilliant, boy. It's been a while since we're here.
It's been a wee while. The last one was with Cliff. We come on with Cliff Man a few weeks back, and we did that. So, yep, hopefully tonight I'll just fling on my chat in case somebody flings some messages into us like they did the last time, and then I can reply to them if that comes up.
Yep.
So here we are. So tonight we're looking at the Woodsman, which is a blend, yes. And I've paired that with the Jura Pale Ale cask. But do you know why?
No. But you tell me.
Yes, well, as far as I'm aware, the Woodsman is a White and Mackay blended malt whiskey.
Is it?
Uh-huh. I believe it comes from White and Mackay.
Well, I wouldn't want to argue with you.
Right. And the fact then that it comes from White and Mackay, they are the owners of Dalmore, Fettercairn, Jura, and Tamnavulin. So since we're doing the Woodsman, I thought, we need to then pair it with something from theirs, and that would be a Jura, because that's what we've got. I don't have a Dalmore or a Fettercairn to go with. We could have done a Tamnavulin, but
that was good. Right.
So you need to tell me all about it. You have the bottle of Woodsman in front of you.
It's very little written on the bottle, right? We're at 30%. I can tell you that.
Okay.
There is no age statement on it.
Right.
No. It's in freshly built oak casks and double scotched bourbon barrels.
Yeah, certainly the bourbon comes through in the nose.
Oak casks. There we are. Well, I know nothing else about it, really.
Well, then let's just get into a wee nose. Let's find out what's like in the nose, matey.
I think we could do that. We can only to see who's bottling it. Importer is Stillman Spirits Limited, Madrid, and Woodsman Whisky Company, Glasgow.
Yeah.
There you go. That's all it says. So, yes, I think you're probably right. I think the best thing to do would be to have a sniff.
Yeah.
Or we can have a look at it. Have a look at it first.
You can if you want that. It's quite pale. It's quite amber in its colour.
It is a pleasant enough colour. Right.
It's a nice golden colour, Clark.
No, I'm not a great deal of legs running off that.
No. Well, the legs start to come after it's been sitting for a wee while. When I first did it and looked, it didn't, but then it does. It's actually quite slow and quite oily coming down the glass, Clark.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it just took its time to appear. There was nothing the first time I kind of looked at that, but now it's starting to appear coming down the glass.
It
takes its time.
It does.
I find it a wee bit spicy on the nose.
Yes, it is.
As it's got that kind of ginger.
Indeed.
The other thing I get on my nose very much is the honey. There's quite a lot of sweet honeyness into that.
It's not particularly smoky. They were saying that it's a kind of smoky blend, but I wouldn't say the nose is awfully smoky.
I think you'll find that that's more on the finish than on the nose.
There's certainly nothing in the nose that
there's
implies
nothing on the nose. No, there's definitely not. There's a wee bit of like dry, that kind of sawdusty that you get. You know that wet sawdust.
It's good, eh?
It's that kind of woodiness that's there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to write that in my book. That's good. Wet sawdust.
Yeah, it's very sweet. A lot of honey.
And a bit of spice, you're right, aye.
I think it's about as much as I'm getting at that in the news. Anyway, that's enough for getting on with. Oh, we taste this on the palate. Slange, young man. Slange.
Oh, hey, you got that one right as well. Well done.
Only by 6 months. But anyway. Oh, Clark. Now, this reminds me of that Port Dundas. It's like a single grain.
Isn't it? Yes, I know what you mean.
It's got that single grain type palate to it. Oh, that's quite a surprise. Very creamy and vanilla on the tongue.
Yes.
And a wee bit of gingery spice.
Yes.
There's not a lot going on. It's not very complicated, Clark. For it being a blend, it's some blends can have a lot going on because there's that many different things. This doesn't seem to have a lot going on with it. It's quite simple.
I know what you mean. Aye, that's right. Sometimes they're very complex, but this is isn't it?
I take it back. There's no smoke on the finish at all.
There is a light smokiness about it, but it's not great.
The longer you hold it in your mouth, Clark, the more smokiness there comes. It's not that campfire smoke. It's not it's not that kind of smokiness, but there is a kind of charcoaly barbecue type on the mouth. Do you know what I'm getting? Really, I can't get over this. This is really bizarre, but right on my tongue, and it's like spearmint chewing gum, sitting here in my and just in.
I know what you mean.
And if you take a wee bit of air and just let it come into the side of your mouth, that's really weird. That's not what I'd expect.
I know what you mean. It's like fresh mint out of the garden. That's what it's like. That's nice. I had to notice that.
That's really quite strange. It was only because I took a wee breath, and that little intake of breath hit my tongue just at the side of my cheeks here, and it was like, oh.
You're absolutely.
And what I'm left with on the finish is a mouthful of cinnamon.
Yeah.
And a touch of green grass.
Yes,
it's got a lovely finish to it. There's a lot more going on in the finish than there was in the nose and in the palate.
Yes, once you've swallowed it, there's a lot going on. That's right. It's a nice dram. It's not a brilliant dram, but it's a nice dram. It's fine.
Very pleasant.
Pleasant enough. Aye, it's just aye. In fact, you could tell it's a nice dram because there's nothing. And maybe that's what
I'm glad you waited to share one with me before you'd finished it.
I was trying not to drink it because I knew we were still to taste it. So I thought that's where all the smoke's gone anyway. I've opened it so often the smoke's gone out.
I'm now getting that smokiness now that I've had a couple of drams of it now, just a couple of wee sips of it. That's lovely. The bit that's that it's that mintiness that I'm actually quite surprised that it's actually becoming more pronounced.
Yeah. I hadn't noticed until you said, but now that you've said, I can't not notice it.
That's quite strange.
Mhm. It tastes a wee bit like very ripe green grapes. We had
Yeah,
some just recently. They were kind of very ripe, and that's kind of that sweetness.
yeah. That's lovely, Clark.
It's nice,
We've
isn't
had
it?
some lovely blends when we've done our tastings.
Mhm.
Over the period of time. But that's nice.
Mhm. I'm just writing that down. Right. Yes, I'm quite enjoying it. I've not had one for a wee while. I've been sitting waiting to appreciate it with you before I drank any more.
Yeah, I've maybe scored it a bit lower
It
than I
deserves, huh?
normally would. Aye, and it's not. I feel like I've been hard on it, but it's only because of other drams we've tasted over the
Mm-hmm.
over the, over the year, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
And it might just be because it's not complicated at all.
No.
It's a nice wee fireside dram. Again, another great one
Super.
for somebody who wanted to introduce a friend to
Absolutely.
whiskey.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's a lovely blend.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It's I'm trying to think, but it's not dissimilar to. I don't know. I can't really put what I think it's like as a blend goes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not dissimilar to a white and Mackay, I suppose.
Aye. Mm-hmm. Better.
Hmm.
I like White Mackay, but I would say that's maybe just a wee bit better.
Yes.
And it should be because it's a bit dearer as well.
All right. But does this come in it?
Oh, I can't mind. That's on my phone. I can't remember what I paid for that. 25 to £30 probably. About £25, I would suspect.
It's a great
I don't
value for
actually
money
remember.
dram.
I don't remember, but I suspect. I think. I think I got it from my mother for my birthday,
Right.
which was a while ago now.
Well, it depends on which birthday you were getting it for, Clark.
The most
One
recent
of
one.
you.
It certainly wasn't the next one.
No, it certainly is not the next one coming. And it was just the fact that there was so little in the bottle. I was thinking, well, you could have got it on your last birthday, or maybe you've had it for a wee bit longer than that. But obviously, you've liked it that much. It's no, it's not
Well,
lasted that long.
it certainly got that bought within the last year anyway. That's for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
Um,
I like that, Clark. Tell your mum well done. She chose well.
she didn't choose
The
it.
next,
She just paid for it.
the next time I was going to say, the next time I see your ma, I'm going to say to her, Ma, that was a good dram you chose for your laddie.
So you're good at choosing whiskey. Choosing a good one this year again.
So,
I think I've maybe scored this a bit meanly actually now that I see it, but I've scored
well,
a 78, which is probably a wee bit low. It probably deserves a wee
well,
bit more than that.
I scored at a 76, Clark.
Well, there you go. Aye.
So,
Aye.
uh, and I did see that when we spoke, and I thought I might have actually been a wee bit harsh on this. I just can't see it being an 80.
I know what you mean.
I
Aye.
didn't know. I didn't know where to. I didn't know where to actually score a 20 in it. I could have probably
Mhm.
given it a 20 in the overall impression,
Well, that's right. That's sort of what I
right?
did.
And so the overall impression I could probably bring that up. But
Mhm.
as for the nose and palate and finish, it's a blended malt. It's got a nice nose. There's nothing on it.
Mhm.
The palate I really enjoyed, but the thing was that it's that spearmint that, that that's where I really should have gave it something, because that just kind of took my breath away a wee bit, because it was strange, something I didn't expect.
Mm-hmm.
So on that, I'm actually going to score it on the finish a wee bit higher. I'm going to give it that, and I'm going to take it to the 78 that you've got, because I think that's fair. I think it's not quite an 80. It's not getting an 8 out of 10,
No,
but it's no far off that.
it's no far
I
off
don't
at
know
all.
what I don't know what it could do to improve on that.
Have another dram, probably.
Well, I suppose for me, and I'm a bit like yourself, I quite like a sherry cask,
Yes, so do I. Aye.
and I
Mm-hmm.
think if there had been a wee bit more in the nose and palate, is where I might have, you know, it's been
Mm-hmm.
finished in a bourbon cask.
That's right.
It's definitely got that bourbon note, the vanilla, the honey nose. It's got all the stuff I would expect to
Mm-hmm.
get. They've obviously put a single grain in there because I get that single grain on the palate with the sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
And I think 78 is a good score. I would agree with you on that, Clark. I think that I can justify bringing it up that extra couple of points.
I like it when you agree with
We agree quite a lot, Clark. You make that sound like we don't agree on things, but we do. We do.
me. We agree on
Sometimes,
most things. We'll
yeah.
have a dram. Aye.
No, but again, at the end of the day, we've said this on many occasions that uh, everybody's palate's different. We
That's
all
right.
have, things we prefer and or
Aye.
dislike, and so therefore, when it comes to drams, you know, our preferences they're not that too dissimilar. But there have been some times where it's been like I've been away down in the 60s, and you've
Mm-hmm.
been up in the 80s and 90s, and
That's
then
right. That's right.
you've had one where you're in the 60s, and I'm away up there. So, but I think that's just the individual, that we are, that we have different things that we like and didn't like. So, um, but the good thing is we just have a passion for whiskey.
Good dram. That's it. Mm-hmm. Yep. We
So,
just like it.
shall we lead into the Jura Pale Ale?
Right.
I can reach. I can reach down here because I've got one,
That's yeah.
which I know, which I know, which I know you have as well.
Uh-huh. Yep.
So this is also at 40%.
Mm-hmm. Right, I'm going to put that one down there and bring that one over so I can see it. Yes, this is 40% as well.
Yep.
And this is the pale ale cask finish.
It is.
I've only
So
had.
it's been matured in American oak ex-bourbon cask again.
Aye.
And then finished in hand-selected pale ale casks.
Yeah.
Now, while we're mentioning this American white oak ex-bourbon cask, I bought a bottle of the Glengoyne white oak, which,
yes.
which I've got a wee dram here in this bag for you for us to do a tasting of at some point in time in the next couple of weeks.
Well, that sounds like a great idea.
So it'll be interesting to compare and contrast these two drams with a white oak, American white oak cask.
Yes.
Because I've tasted the white oak Glengoyne, and it's not too dissimilar on the nose. In fact, this isn't too dissimilar on the nose to that Woodsman we've just had.
Mm-hmm. There's no age statement on this one either. Sorry, I'm just writing. There we go. Right, good. I've not had this for a while, so I've actually forgotten what it's like. I've only had a bit. I think I've only had a dram out of this, and this is like maybe my second dram out of
Oh,
it.
really? I think, well, I mean, I quite enjoy it. I mean, I've nearly had half the bottle. Uh,
That's a different look altogether. That's what loads of like down there.
yeah, yeah. It's completely. It's about the same colour. It's not far off the same colour as the last one that we've just had.
Aye.
Maybe a wee bit more of a golden colour. Yeah, like you said, with the
No
legs,
much.
there's it just as soon as it finishes, it starts running up and down the glass here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But on that nose for me, it's like the first thing I get when I smell it is the seaside. It's got this is one. This is one for these wee bottles that we were walking along the beach with Clark when we were
Right.
away with the caravan, and we went to take a note of that. Take a note that we need to have one of those in our wee hip flasks when we go for a wander along the beach with our wives, because I think this is one of these. Just as I noticed that, it was like it's that, and then there's that fresh citrusy
Yes.
nose. It's magic. I think this is quite fruity.
It's quite fruity. You're right. It
You know,
is.
I don't mean like you would with a sherry cask, Clark. It's
No,
it's
no,
more
no,
trop
no.
it's more tropical fruits. You know, your mangoes and your pineapples and that kind of fruitiness. It
Fruit
also
salad.
gives you that
A fruit
nip
salad
on your nose.
fruitiness.
Aye, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what it
There's a
smells.
wee hint.
That is what it smells like. A fruit salad. Sorry.
There's a wee hint in there of vanilla. Not as much as there was in the previous one.
Uh-huh. I would agree with that.
Well, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm going in for a taste of this.
It's
Slans once
certainly
again.
good. It certainly has a better nose than the Woodsman.
It's a better nose, yeah.
Mhm.
But again, that'll be how they've created it to be with their new make spirit. Whereas the Woodsman's got loads of different things in it with it being a blend. You know, this hasn't got that same complication of different
Right.
blends in it.
It's got a lovely warm smell. I know that you kind of get a warm smell, but that's what it is to be. Right, we'll have a taste.
The first thing that I get with this, Clark, is how soft it is.
It's lovely, absolutely lovely.
It's really soft on your tongue and on your palate. You know,
Mhm. Mhm.
it's nice that way, nice and soft on the palate. The heat, I
Yeah.
get quite a bit of heat at first
Yes,
with it.
yes, it is great. Mhm.
I've not got much going on at the moment. I always find it takes me a couple of wee mouthfuls before I get something to go.
Well, a bit of another mouthful then.
The texture,
Mhm.
you get a wee bit of kind of peachiness. Something's happened to my.
Mhm. Yes, there is. I get that as well. Yes. Mhm. Nice and fruity. I like that. That's actually very nice. Have you gone? Are you still there? Have I lost you? You've gone. Ah,
No, I'm back.
you're
I'm
back
back.
again.
I've just realised what my problem is. I'm actually using I'm using Firefox. There are other platforms available, and I should be on Google. That's
Mhm.
what's wrong. It works better on Google Chrome, so I maybe need to go back to that at some point. But that's what's happened here. So yeah, what I was saying, Clark, was
Peaches.
it's got it's really quite. I like the texture of it to start with.
I know what you're
I
saying.
get
Yeah.
peaches is what I said
Yeah.
in my mouth. A wee bit of cooking apples. Well, apples of some sort.
Apples of some sort, aye. Uh-huh.
It's more there's more tartness in the apple. That's what I'm thinking, rather than the other side of it. No, normally it's not a sweet apple. It's that's what I'm saying, a cooking apple. It's because that's the only way I can describe it. It's the only way I can describe it. There's a
It's
tartness there.
it's like the apples of my tree. That's what it's like. A wee bit too sharp.
I like this. I like the spiciness on the finish.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's all. That's all I'm really getting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm getting the paleo cask for it, Clark. I'm not getting like if it was an ale, I would expect to get hops or something like that.
A pale ale, well, maybe. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
I'm not
It's
getting.
not.
I'm not particularly getting
No.
anything hoppy. Do you know, as you would expect to get for some kind of ale cask, I'm not getting that.
Mm-hmm. There's something
Certainly.
on the finish. Something on the
What
finish
was
there
that?
that I can't really put my finger on, but I can't quite think what it is. I'm not going to this week and see if I can work it
For me, I'm getting all that ex-bourbon finish that I would expect to get for a bourbon cask.
out. Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm really getting. And I would think if I was expecting to get pale ale, I would be expecting more for it, a more ale
Elia?
type, ale type or whatever you call it, Ailish,
Eilish?
Pizza, Billy Eilish. Uh, um, I'm not getting that. It, it's a good dram. It's a nice dram.
Nice. It's an easy drinking, lovely,
Yes.
warm, soft dram.
But
It
can I
is.
justify it to be more than the Woodsman, Clark? And I'm not sure I can.
I
Of the
think
two
it's.
tonight, can I really say that it's better than the Woodsman?
I think it's
Slightly. Aye, by the 1 point, if I'm going to give it anything, I might give it a 79. Do you know what?
Aye.
I'm not getting any more on the nose than I got on the nose in the first one. So I can't really score it any higher than I gave the nose in the first one. I'm getting a lot more now in vanilla pods on the nose, but I can't give it any more than the last one. Then when I go to palate on it, you actually might think the palate was better on the first one than this is, because there was more spice on the first one. There was.
It was.
I got more of that kind of caramel, vanilla, all that kind of stuff that I said on the first one, which was great. I'm getting peaches and a wee bit apple kind of tartiness to it, but I'm not getting anything that would make me go, oh wow, that's different. And I
Aye, I
think
know.
the finish, I'm quite disappointed in the finish of this. I don't think there's anything on the finish.
There isn't much in the finish at all. No, there's a wee
I'm getting what I
warmth
would
to
expect an ex-bourbon cask.
Aye.
It's
Aye.
not as sweet as I would expect. No.
Mhm.
So
I quite like it. I like there's a wee warmth to it and a wee I don't know what else I quite like it. I know what you're saying. It's not tremendously better than the Woodsman was, but I quite like it. You're away again. You've gone again. You need to get on to Chrome and get away from this Firefox. It's not doing you any good. Hmm. Oh well, it looks like it's just me. I don't know if anybody else is out there, if it's just me. But anyway, I like this jam. And I think that if you were to say to me, Clark, do you want another Woodsman or would you like another Jura? I would say, I'll have another Jura, thank you. Because I think it is a wee bit better. I don't know if he's coming back or if it's just me and you lot. But I'm quite enjoying this. There's a strange wee aftertaste here that I can't quite get my finger on. I'm inclined to say it's a bit like leather. But I'm not a great connoisseur of leather, so I couldn't be entirely certain. I think he's away. I think we've lost him. And I don't know whether just to shut it down or let it go. Well, I'll just enjoy this dram and then I'll shut it down. I'll maybe need to phone him to see what's happened. That's not a bad beat dram. Right, well, it doesn't look like he's coming back, so we'll sign out. And if anybody's still there, or if I'm on one, I don't know, but if anybody's still there, it was nice seeing you again. Enjoyed the drams. Thanks for being with us. We'll catch you later. Bye now.